Hi again, Dave.
Hello.
Very nice to meet you again here in Milan. At first, always general and how can you say, cliché question, but always interesting. What we should expect from your tour, your Global Spirit tour?
Well, we're planning on a big show. We're very ambitious in these big stadiums that we're playing in the summer of next year. And Anton Corbijn is involved again in the visual side of what we're doing. We work in conjunction with a lighting designer as well. And we all work together to try and make the right image and aesthetic for the new music and also for old music. Yeah, it would be songs, some songs from the new album, Spirit. It's how we always like to present what we do with the work we are currently working on, and we like to show you new things. And also, of course, all the favorite songs that people want to hear. We try and please as many people as possible with songs that we know are important to our fans and also to us, and fun to perform.
Mm-hmm. Perfect, perfect. As we all know, you are one of the most influential artists worldwide for many years. So, a question is, what is your perspective about music today, and in general about artists, distribution, internet? What is your perspective about music?
Well, over the years, the way people listen to music has really changed. I personally still collect albums, vinyl, but I also buy a lot of digital music. If I really like the music, I'll check it out digitally on iTunes or whatever. iTunes is what I use. And then if I really like the album, I'll buy the album on vinyl as well. So that's different. Although when I was younger, if I bought an album, I also often bought the cassette. Remember the cassette?
Yeah.
To play in the car, and then of course we got CDs. So the way that people listen to music, I think, has changed a lot, because you can listen to a lot of things. You can stream music. Unfortunately, less people pay for music, less people buy music, which of course affects bands and affects musicians. It's very important that you get paid for your work so that you can continue to work, just like any job. So people have to really understand that, and I'm not sure all people really do understand that. For me personally, I'm very fortunate, I'm very lucky. I've made lots of money over the years, and I don't have to worry about that, and I'm very grateful for that. But for new musicians and new artists, it's very important. I think it's important as well when new artists that they can really set everything up themselves to start with. They can create a website, they can stream their own music, they can create a following and be able to maybe have some interest in their music, and then the most important thing is to be able to go out and perform that music. So there's good and bad things, I think, about the way things are in the music business today, but we've always, to be honest, Depeche Mode has always felt a little bit outside of everything and a little odd. We've never quite fit in with anything, and I think that's what's interesting about the band and why the band has also influenced, not just musically, but new artists to try things that they really want to do on their own.
Exactly. This is another question now. How's life on stage? Because I can tell you how things are in the arena, but truly, are you still stressed or nervous after all these years before, for example, a nice concert?
The simple answer to that is yes. it's more anxiety and sometimes overwhelming. But, I find ways to get ready. I like to spend some time, usually about an hour before a show. I don't speak to anyone. I just spend some time in the dressing room to get my head ready to go out there and be the performer that I can be, and the best that I can be for everybody that's coming to see the show. I really jump into another part of myself. And then it takes hours to, after the show, to just wind down. But usually after 2 or 3 songs, I settle into the performance.
So, do you enjoy sometimes the silence as a person, as Dave?
Yes, very much so. Especially more today than I ever have. I'm quite happy being very still, and sometimes in that stillness is when the best ideas come.
Spirit in Greek means inner being, the soul.
Yeah.
Also in ancient Greek, from Aristotle's view, means a breath in an internal. So is your new album, I know we are not discussing about the album, but is all this stuff, it's a new fresh air, a deep breath in from in the Best Mode career?
Well, you know, as an artist, I've always, well, not always, but in the last 20 years, I've been trying to more and more reach this place where I can listen to that spirit and then to try to emote those emotions into music, into my voice, into words, into melodies. And sometimes those melodies and words are Martin's or somebody else's, but I try to put myself in this place so that I believe I'm really hearing something. A spirit, a feeling, a higher power or whatever it is. And sometimes you really get in touch with that. I feel that I really can, especially on stage. I can feel that flowing. If I allow it to flow through, it becomes part of the performance. But at the same time, I do believe in that. I believe that we have a spirit, we have a soul, and I think that we have to listen to it more rather than listen to the noise up here. The information we receive from everything that we see and touch and hear is not always the truth. You have to really listen to your own spirit. But I think that always tells the truth. We don't act right, but you know, that's the challenge.
With your answer, I want to ask something. We can, of course, keep it if you like. Spirit also is a word with a lot of different meanings in different religions. So, did you feel religious? Do you pray? Who is your personal Jesus?
Wow, that's a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Well, it is really sort of personal, that I think. Praying, yeah, I pray. I mean, I don't necessarily get down on my knees and pray to something or someone, and I certainly don't practice any kind of religion. But I do believe in the spirit and in the soul, and I believe that if you get quiet, whether you meditate or whatever it is you practice doing, you hear information. And I don't know where that comes from, but the universe is a very powerful, mysterious place, and I don't think we really know that much about it. So, you know, it's nice to get quiet sometimes and try and listen. You know, I'm always consciously trying to get closer to other human beings and in life, and through music, I always find I can do that. Not so well personally, but I'm constantly looking for that.
One more question is very, very fast. It's about charity water. We know everything about charity water. If you could change right now one thing in our world, but one, what this would be?
Wow. I think just that we could somehow live very simply in peace together, that we could find a way to stop trying to be separate, from just to be peaceful and to help those that need help, and that's it.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you.